Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. My battery died on my other camera. Just to start where I left off, I was talking about a load of these wires and where they're connected to, but to be honest, the best thing I think to do first is to try and just sort out the mothboard in here, then everything will be able to go in from there. Okay, when you look inside here, you're going to be able to see these gold things, and you're gonna see it's got engravings on here that you're gonna see AMI, MM, and all of that. In this case, it's suitable for ATX, the micro ATX, the mini ITX, and whatnot. And that's what all these screws resemble until you're ready to go. But from looking at your motherboard at the back, you should be able to kind of see where they're gonna go anyway. Okay guys, that's all done now. It's getting along now. Problem I've got is how am I gonna get this one on top? Okay, now with this bit, now obviously we can tell, make sure this clip it in properly. See the clip bit on this side, these can only go in one way. What you'll notice is by the shape, so the bottom two here are square and the bottom two here are going to be square, so they're obviously going like that. I would say, yeah, you will hear the click, but the way this one is, you might not. Okay. So now we've got that one in. What's that? USB card reader with USB 2. Normal USB. Notice with these ones you're gonna have again one, you can only put in one way, because when you look at here you've got 9 pins that can go in, and it's got a block here, and if you could look at here, the block is in the bottom right hand corner, so you've got to turn this upside down and push it in that way. Obviously, if it doesn't go in, you're putting it the wrong way. Okay, now I'm just gonna. So in here, I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive. I've got a 500 gig hard drive. That's an older hard drive that I had from a previous build, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, actually. But that's going to be for backup, because I've got a lot of game files. Every half an hour it's at 1 to 1.5 gig. So you're thinking, yeah, it could be 500 hours worth of videos, but when you're compiling and you're making things, you do need the size. And I don't want to clunk everything up on here. It's only that little gaming phone. So I'm going to put that here. in. I do need to set up the computer, and I do want to set it up first properly, then having that. If we go for the back for this one, because that's sort of one. The wire can only go in one way again, so when it goes to the back, just turn it like that and you'll hear it clipping. And you can't just pull it out, you got to press the top lip on it to put it out. And while I'm here, use one of these. Now, use one of these to go in again. Can only go in one way, so it's not like you can ruin it or blow it up or whatnot. This is the power for the hard drive. So clip that in. I was gonna put that in. You can put that in, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just say to leave it here for the time being. You can plug this in because it's not really gonna. It's not gonna power off anyway. So it's not like it's gonna tell you the hard drive is there or whatnot. Be careful with these wires, the way you bend them, because you can easily mess them up. That's why I'm pushing it all around and everything. So this is gonna need to come through soon. This wire, black and yellow, for the CPU. You could probably see I've already extended my one, because obviously it was coming up to here, so I had to have it a bit longer. Hopefully I won't have another bloody problem with this build with it. That's one wire that's not going through. Go up through there. Longer wires for that, because as you can see, the wire for the fan, CPU, not the fan, the CPU wire is dragging along here. Now obviously you have this in computers, you'll probably see in builds where they've hidden it, or they've pushed it to the side so you haven't seen it, or they've just hidden it around here. But over time that's gonna probably get hot. That might get hot. You just don't want that. And personally I don't, so I'm gonna get an extension. Then what I'm actually gonna do is unscrew here and here, lift it up a bit. Well, I won't need to unscrew, just cut the wire, push it through the back hole so it can come out the side, put the extension on, so then the wire would ideally just come all the way here, through here, and come out on the top, right there, and just plug straight in. That's ideally what I'm gonna want, but for now, I'm just gonna have to go with it, mate. Okay, what's this? That audio. Which one should get it? The one who's missing that one. This is a HD audio plug. Let me just put through off that was hanging around. That plugs in there. So just unboxing this. Here more package. Just pulled it out. Obviously I've opened this before, guys, because I've popped it in my order PC. Now, it's where you power it up. Obviously that's the RGB colouring. Now I've put this, we're gonna pop it in this one here, so when it goes up, that's in lock. You got a tap here, the red one, so you push it up, it's locked. You push it down, it's open. When you put this in, if done properly and when done properly, and guys, be careful with this. Okay, that's done perfect. What I'm gonna do, put it this way, that graphic card is heavy. I didn't see it before, but I was reading in the manual and it actually says I should kind of get a support for this because it might be heavy. My graphic card support, but it might be heavy for the motherboard. And damage if slot is in. Personally, I think it will be okay because if you slot it in there and you leave it, you're not faffing around with it and all that, it will be cool. But if you're moving your computer back and forth here and there, where you're giving it the chance to move about in the casing, yeah, it can snap. Now, I've popped one screw in. I'm gonna test it, plug it in, see how it's going on before I pop the other one in. Now we need to put the power wire in. You can only put this a certain way again. The square ones here. I have put in this one before, thinking start here when I done the other build with this, but it wouldn't work. And I realised if I popped it in here, it would work. Now let's still feel it can go in more. You know what it is? I've put a screw on the top, but I had a couple of different ones and I'm not sure which one was what yet. So that screw I've put on top. This is why with the power supply, guys, and well, not the power supply, the hard drive, I didn't take it out to put it back in because it can be a nightmare like this. So let's screw it. Now holding that in, that's plugged in, that's plugged in. So, see, you got the battery here. If you ever have any problems with it don't boot up, you've got these lights here which is a debug light, and will flash up depending what. And if you've ever got a problem, you've got to wipe the memory or clear the CMOS. You've got a battery here, so because I turned it on before and whatnot, it didn't come on and everything. What I'm gonna do is do that. Yeah, batteries come out to the top. Yeah, lift it up a bit. Leave it for about 10-15 seconds. Some people say half a minute, but I think it would have cleared by then. That's why you press the power as well, to make sure it ain't got electric in there, because if it's got electricity in there, it's like a battery will still keep the data, and that's what you really want to clear. Then I'll pop that back in, everything's in. Again, be careful when you pop this up, because now you've got an expensive huge graphic card in there. Now take the HDMI wire out of there. And I don't know if you can see the ports you've now got. You've now got one HDMI, and the rest is the what is it, DTV ports? It's the standard ports that you get with the gaming monitors nowadays, DP ports. Okay, well that's a good thing. Perfect. Alright, as you can see, the graphic lights is on for the graphic card. Yep. Okay, everything's okay. Wicked. Computer's booting up into the BIOS. Alright, now I just need to start it up again, plug in the USB. Just have a look at these. There you go. So from the 6 to an 8 pin. So obviously you just connect that to here. And then you should be able to connect this to this. See, there is another one I have ordered that I'm basically gonna get to see the difference it makes, which will plug into the other connectors. These Mulex 4 pins, and it should be able to power up this side, because I'm not too sure how much power I need for the graphics card, or if I should have gotten 6x2 or 8 pin or 2 8 pins, or an 8 and a 6x2. Okay, let me